Hey, we finally get to see what the city looks like.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing, even though it's empty.
I wonder if people actually go out and about in it.
They must. Or maybe this is just the old... I don't know. Wait. This is the place he was in the trailer for PT. Remember at the ending of PT, you see him in a trailer for Silent Hills? This is where he was. This is where he was in the trailer for PT.
Oh.
That is so weird. And then it goes back to being like the future. That's really weird. It's not a stretch. Don't be like that.
Yeah, this is Kojima. It's not... I don't know that anything is...
The baby has the same cries as it did in PT.
Fragile's been in a coma for a while now. But with all these cryptobiotes you brought, we should be able to bring her round. And with any luck, it'll only take a few more to get her back on her feet. You did well, Sam.
Even if the PT assets belong to Konami, there's a lot of things in here that are clearly taken from PT.
Like the baby cries and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for subscribing, Lakius.
She's in a coma. Quick, give her some worms.
She's on the same bed as the president's bed.
Sam.
You're back. It must have been one hell of a journey, especially on your own. But now the whole team is together again.
The whole team? Die Hardman too?
Mama must have forgotten that she can't touch
Too much
him now
traveling
that she's
to
in a
and
living
from
body.
beaches in such a short span. Chiral matter contaminated her cells, effectively causing jet lag on a molecular level. Because of that, her homeostatic mechanisms were shaken. Don't worry, she's not in any danger, but she needs some rest.
So where's the director?
He's being looked after in another room. Bridges personnel found him lying outside the isolation ward. Similar to when you came back from Cliff's Beach. Even after decontamination, she needed more and more time to recover.
Oh, God.
Sam. Made it.
Hungry?
Aww. We're friends.
Her love language is worms.
Looks like you need me after all. Who'd have thought?
I like how she's in a coma in her leather jacket.
Do not remove it.
Yeah.
I die this way.
Yeah.
Anyway, clock's ticking. Am I right? Sam's here. The great deliverer. The only one who can reach Amelie's beach.
Oh my God, he is Jesus. Oh my God.
You're in no condition to do this. It's not fair to you or Sam.
In my own search for Amelie's beach, I have come to realize something extraordinary. If beaches were likened to a multiverse, hers would appear to exist on a higher plane than ours. I can walk the beaches of others, but hers is beyond my reach. It's invisible, inaccessible, even to Fragile, I fear.
Is she a god?
Imagine it as a circulatory system, if you will. Each of our beaches is a single capillary. But Amelie's beach is the heart that pumps blood to the rest of us. Capillaries are subordinate to the greater whole. A whole governed by the heart, which gives direction, which dictates flow, which dictates everything, controls everything. Don't you see? She is in control. You may be able to travel against the flow and reach her, but having done so, if she does not wish to let you go, if she wishes to keep you, she can.
Fragile and Die Hardman broke free from her beach, didn't they?
I don't think it was any different from what happened to you. I didn't get out because I wanted to. I was forced out, repatriated, if you will, by her.
Forced out? Why?
This is only a theory, but she wants you to go to her. That's her final wish, don't you think?
So that's it, huh? Amelie's the EE, and this is her endgame. Just so we're clear, if I want to stop the last Stranding and come back in one piece, I need to go to her beach and talk her out of it. That about right?
Correct. As cliche as it sounds, you're our only hope. Though quite frankly, I doubt even you can change her mind.
If you can't make her see reason, you'll have to kill her. And if you kill her...
You'll save the world, but you'll be stranded outside of it. Forever.
Like Jesus.
Might as well make it official then. You ready to deliver the package?
Just want to pause right there in that, since this is heavily based off of Silent Hill, because they made PT into Death Stranding, and how Amelie is this, in your words, a god.
Yeah.
The storyline of Silent Hill is that this god wants to be born, and the cult who wants it to be born in order to kill everyone in the world in order to end all suffering.
Ooh.
It's a lot more complicated than that, but basically they want the god to be born so that this horrible night, because the world sucks.
The nightmare that we're living in can end.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
She's the god of death. They want to give birth to the god of death to destroy everything, so this suffering will end. And there are like these gods in there, and time, the god of time, the god of death were both created in order to make suffering end, because before they were created, everyone just suffered endlessly, and time and death made it end. And I know this is like, you guys are going to think it's silly that I keep talking about Final Fantasy X, but I think Hideo Kojima respects video games as a form of art, and that's why he makes them as a form of art. And Final Fantasy X also had a similar theme where there was an antagonist whose life really sucked because he was biracial, which is weird.
A whole nother thing.
A whole nother thing, but his idea was he was going to have Sin, a giant whale thing, come and kill everyone, because if everyone was dead, they could live as fireflies in the afterlife and live at peace, where everyone would be dead so no one would suffer anymore. So it's the same theme of, if everybody is killed by Amelie, aka a huge extinction, they can all live on the beach and be together in peace. But in reality, the beach isn't really the next life. It's purgatory for everyone. And I think that's, like, the issue. That was my interpretation, at least.
I'll talk to her. Maybe she'll listen. But with the shape the world's in, it'll only be delaying the inevitable. Still, if it buys us time to try and build something better, a new lease on life, at least for a little bit, well, I can think of one woman who made the most of a chance like that. Nothing lasts forever, not even the world. But we gotta keep it going as long as we can, right? Patch the holes, change the parts, all that. So we can say we had a good run, that we lived.
Thought you didn't like having to handle things with care.
Because it was hard enough keeping my own shit together. Back when we met at the cave, the only thing I cared about was making it to the next sunrise. Sure as hell didn't care about America or the future. I was living a lie, hung up on past regrets. I was broken. But somewhere along the way, I started changing. Started meeting people that made me think that maybe it wasn't all bad. People that put their faith in tomorrow, and in me. That kept the lights on, and waited for hope to arrive. So I gotta deliver, for their sake.
Even if it means you never come back?
Fucked if I do, fucked if I don't, right? Take care of Lou.
I will.
Couldn't find a working still mother east of Port Knot City. Kid's done enough. No more.
All right. I'll do my best to nurse our little one back to health.
I like how she takes the baby.
She's like, I'm a mommy. I like how they
Okay,
can...
concentrate. Help me look for Amelie. Reach for her, Sam. Feel her. I know you love her. You love her. Where?
If Henchman is made out of mostly dead parts, do you think...
Hench.
Or, no, Heartman.
Dead man.
Dead Man is made out of
Henchman?
mostly dead body parts. Do you think him and Sam would be able to touch? Or is it more
Well,
about...
No, because they were... so he was talking about how he has no soul, right?
Yeah, and I was just wondering...
But
because he was able to touch Mama when she had no soul.
Yeah, well, that's what... But she had a special thing.
No,
with her
wait,
body.
he was afraid of touching Henchman. I mean, Dead Man. So maybe Dead Man has a soul and he doesn't know it.
Maybe, yeah.
I also like that it appears to me that he doesn't get a bruise from touching not Quiet.
Oh my goodness.
Fragile fragile anymore. And I wonder if it's just we don't want to render him with a huge bump on his forehead.
Touching, like, right, the hair.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's like, do they just not want to have him have a huge bump on his forehead during all these serious cutscenes, or is it something else? But it's nice that, I interpret their relationship as a very close friendship, but if other people interpret it romantically, that's fine too. But I interpret it as, like, this is the first friendship he's had.
Yeah.
Well, he's friends with all of them now, but he's closest to Fragilla.
Okay. Is she gonna be giant again?
There you are.
Oh my god, is she our mom?
You want to go home? Let's go home.
Oh my god.
It's okay. I know the way.
Remember the scene where he wakes up naked and picks up the baby?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're like seeing it from the baby's point of view, and instead of him, he's Amelie. Oh, we're seeing the same scene but in a different perspective. We're on the moon. Remember when Higgs said you could go anywhere, even the moon?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means, but we're also in Kingdom Hearts. I feel like in all the myths that I know about, the moon has always been a divine mother. Am I wrong?
I'm not familiar with any moon myths, so I really couldn't tell you.
Oh, people usually associate the moon with a feminine figure. Oh, I guess that's the wrong way. Nope. Okay, sleep time.
I'm not much of a mythology person.
London Bridge is falling down. Falling down. Falling down. London Bridge is falling down. My fair lady.
Katie Dart is pointing out that the moon controls the ocean.
Ah.
The last stranding has already begun.
Amelie?
You're too late. What took you so long?
Your voice.
You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?
Sam. I knew you'd come back.
This reminding me of like the maiden, the mother, and the crone kind of thing, where they're the same person.
Sam, listen to me. I love you, Sam.
I'll be waiting for you on the beach. I've been waiting for you, right here, ever since. You were supposed to stop me. Stop all of this.
Bridget?
Yes. It's me, Sam.
Where's Amelie?
Where she's always been. Nowhere. My daughter, Samantha America Strand, doesn't exist.
Amelie doesn't exist.
Not in your world. I'm sorry, Sam. I've had to wear a mask for so long. Amelie and Bridget are both a part of me.
What's that supposed to mean?
Quiet, and I'll tell you. There is no time for questions. Listen. Just listen.
Them all being the same person would make sense with what they were talking about earlier about, like, that Amelie is.
Do you
technically
understand,
no one.
Sam? Amelie and Bridget, those are just names. What I am is an extinction entity. So, knowing what you know now, you have two choices.
I was getting shot, one of them.
You wouldn't come back if it happened here, you know. You'd be straight on to the afterlife. But no. It's not one of them. Killing you would be a terrible mistake. I know that better than anyone. The last stranding has already begun. A seam has formed from my beach and the beaches of every soul in America. And soon it will be inundated by a vast surge of antimatter starting here. In a flash, this world will be no more. Consumed by an explosion. A big bang. So, that brings us to your first choice. Do nothing. Stay here with me and bear witness to the very end.
Just watch it burn.
Together. With me. Until the last flame winks out. Doesn't sound so bad, does it? It's not like the world has long left anyway. Then there's the second choice. In expanding the network, you brought people and their beaches together, integrating them into a greater whole. Like this Kibu. But in doing so, you also bound them to my beach. The very beach where I opened the gates to the other side. You can't stop what's coming. you cut me and my beach loose, perhaps you can stop it from spreading. You might just prevent the last stranding. And mankind will live to die another day.
And it doesn't have to end here.
But it does. The beach is doomed no matter what. One look ought to tell you that. Which is why we must sever our connection.
That'll be it. The end of the Death Stranding.
You can't stop the inevitable. The sixth extinction will happen either today or tomorrow. You can either end it with dignity, quick, clean, and in a flash, or you can struggle in vain, knowing full well what's waiting come the finish. Those are your choices. You kept it all this time. Perhaps you still have a chance to stop this nightmare. You brought the world together. You have the right to decide. Pull the rope or cut the noose. But whatever you do, don't hesitate. I'm ready, Sam Strand. Make your choice.
But wait. I don't know what to do.
Sure you do. After everything, how could you not?
I think people are misunderstanding why she named her child America. It's because Amelie was always just an idea and she was only real as long as people believed in her. But since... Oh. Do we have to kill ourselves? Oh, we have to follow her.
You gotta unequip the gun.
Everyone's saying to stop.
I'm here for you. Always. Like you were for me.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you. When you're all grown up, you'll need it to make us whole again. And when the time comes, you'll have to stop me. You are the only one who can. Promise you'll remember. Sam, I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
I remember. You knew. You always knew.
I did and I didn't. I had so many dreams of the future. I didn't know which ones to trust. Which is why I decided to share them with you and the others. But to connect the dots, to make sense of everything, you need perspective. You need time. Time has no meaning to me. I am not a line. I am a single point. Which is why all I could do was just show you the choices and let you decide.
Our nightmares are your dreams.
You found the common thread, the strand that links them together. And you did that the only way possible. To live life one day at a time. Thank you, Sam. A gun won't help you here. But it still has a role to play. It was the bonds between people that brought the world together. And if that is what matters most to you, then I will stay here on this beach. And I will shut myself in and the rest of you out.
Shut yourself in, come on.
Once the last stranding starts, it can't be stopped. I can't go with you. All I can do is try to spare you the worst.
Why do you have to stay on the beach?
Sam, I am the beach. And I must stay here and ensure that the extinction happens. Even if it takes tens or hundreds of thousands of years.
Alone?
That's what an EE does. If I had just done my job, none of this would have happened. But I couldn't take it anymore. I got so tired of waiting, and I figured that no one would blame me if I just got it all over with. So, that's what I did.
Sounds like hell.
But you and the others came together, connected. And you may be living on borrowed time, but you still have hope. Before each of the Big Five, life rebelled. They fought back, evolved in order to survive. The extinction isn't just an ending. It's an opportunity. And if I have to pay the price for that, to be the sacrifice, then so be it. Even if we aren't together, we will always be connected. Goodbye, Sam. A gun won't help you here. But it still has a role to play.
It says make a decision.
Well, that's checked off, so... Oh. Are we playing the credits right now?
I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, we're trapped in Purgatory. This is our beach.
Oh, yeah. Just run along the beach.
No, there's more. There
Yeah.
has to be more. I'm gonna assume that ocean means I'm choosing death and land means I'm choosing life, so I'm just gonna head this way. And also, she said the gun still has a role to play, so let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong, okay? I'm Sam. Hey!
She gave us the gun back.
Yeah, we picked it up and we put it with our stuff. So I like how she's kind of like, yeah, I just like got bored and lonely, so I decided to end the world. I get it, but
Well, think of it. I was thinking of it this way. She is, for lack of a better term, a god of death.
mm-hmm.
But imagine if your nature isn't to be a god of death, but that's what you were made to be. How hard that would be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back to where I started. I'm gonna run in the ocean now. I just thought it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And also I like that she said you did it the best way you could by living one day at a time.
Quiet, and I'll tell you. There is no time for questions. When you were young, you used to have bad dreams. You cried about them all the time. The truth is, those weren't your dreams. They were mine. For as long as I can remember, I've dreamt of the beach. Not just while sleeping, in my waking hours too. In my dreams, I watched the world end so many times. Countless past extinctions that decimated life on this planet. Again and again and again. At first, I didn't understand what I was seeing or why. And that wasn't the worst of it. There were other, more terrible dreams. Dreams of death and destruction. Of a massive extinction to come. Like this one. And I would always be the one to end it all. To bring about the last stranding. As I have today.
I'm not gonna read the chat anymore because it's kind of spoilery. So I'm just gonna keep my eyes forward for a little bit. And I just kind of want to enjoy this ending. And figure it out. I guess the way Kojima would have wanted me to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. It's kind of a peaceful time to think about everything we just saw.
Did you know this is a Hideo Kojima game?
What?
Yeah.
No
It's
way.
Wild, right? I didn't see his name until the credits just now.
Shit, dude.
Thank you
Thanks
for the bits.
bits. What I really liked was that one line that said, "You did it the best way you could or you did it the right way by living one day at a time." And she kept saying things like, "Live to die another day." And I felt like there was a theme of, yeah, we're all gonna die, but we may as well live today. Because the reality is, each and every one of us is probably gonna die unless you're a vampire. And even vampires eventually die. Death is the thing that happens to all things.
So,
But it does matter if it happens now or in 100,000 years, like she said, because it matters how we live our lives or whatever. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that it's kind of like the difference between continuing even though you know things are where things are going. Like
The first operation, I was only 20.
versus just giving up
I
immediately.
opened my
Yeah.
eyes and found myself on the beach. But the moment I came round, I was back in the hospital bed. I was split across two worlds. Bridget, my Ha in that one. Amelie, my Ka in this. Somehow, the two of us managed to coexist. Soon, our ages began to diverge. Bridget's body got older, while the beach kept Amelie's the same. So I came up with a story. I told people that Amelie was my daughter. A daughter with a debilitating condition and an absent father. Look. Amelie.
Spells Voldemort. Sorry, I had to.
Soul.
Ah.
A soul that's a lie. There was no Amelie. Only me and the beach. I thought it was a curse in the beginning. But later, I started thinking, maybe I can use this. I tried to find out more about the beach. Because understanding the beach had to be the key to interpreting my visions of the future.
That's why she's Princess Beach. She's literally the beach.
And she's in another castle. She's in another beach. And that's why there's mushrooms everywhere where you pee. Because we're in the mushroom kingdom.
Because they're toadstools. At least they're not like the Mario live action movie.
Oh my
It's
god.
just that giant spore creature that comes down.
Dude, that if you watch that movie without knowing it's a Mario Brothers movie like I did when I was a teenager, I was like, this movie is crazy and I love it.
Do you remember that Wizard of Oz movie that...
Which one? The Wiz or the one that was made like in the 80s?
Was it the 80s? It had Fairuza Balk, and I remember it terrified me as a kid. Return to Oz.
Oh, if you're, you know...
With the Wheelers.
If you're an African American or a black person and you wish there was like a movie like The Wizard of Oz but with black people, The Wiz I would highly recommend. It's really cool. It's basically The Wizard of Oz but with an all-black cast. And it's a movie, and it's really cool. It's actually really fun to watch. So, I know some people think that's important, or, you know, not think, but it's important to them. And so, you know, just a little side thing. Recommend that movie. It's fun.
Have you seen Return to Oz?
Yeah, that's scary. Very scary. I assume I just have to run in different directions.
Yeah. Just keep running around in circles, I guess.
But I guess that's the essence of Purgatory, huh? Hey man, we're Jesus. We're gonna come back to life after sacrificing ourselves for the world and their sins.
I realized the beach was connected to the world of the dead, which meant that somewhere out beyond it were the memories of time itself, including those of every organism that had ever lived. 4.6 billion years of biological history, a history that might even stretch back to the creation of the universe. The chiral network and everything that followed was born from my pursuit of that knowledge. By passing data through the beach, we were unbound by the restrictions of time. Simulations that would have taken years or more were simple and effortless. everything that the Earth had lost and forgotten could be reconstructed and reclaimed. But shortly after we began our research, America saw its first void out. I thought I was running out of time, that my nightmares were becoming a reality. So I raced to complete the chiral network as quickly as possible. The past held all the answers. If only I could find a way to piece them together. A network that bridged our world and the beach. That might do it, I believed. So I started researching bridge babies, children bound to the world of the dead. What causes an extinction entity to come into being? What was the reason for the previous 5 mass extinctions? The answers to those questions would tell me how to stop the 6th. I founded bridges, more determined than ever to build a chiral network that would cover all of America. But the longer I fought my war against the inevitable, the weaker I became. My Ha had cancer. The beach's punishment, maybe, for not playing along like a good little EE. And then, just like that, my Ha was gone. I couldn't finish what I'd started. So, I asked you to do it for me. And you did. You helped us complete the network. Helped us to reclaim everything the universe experienced from its inception to this moment. Every mystery was ours to solve. Like this one. Once, there was an explosion. A big bang that gave birth to time and space. Thing is, it was more like a big fluke. All that matter and antimatter should have canceled itself out, leaving nothing. But somehow a tiny speck of matter survived. Just enough. Enough to make this world and everything in it. A world that shouldn't be, a world out of balance. Order inevitably gives way to chaos. Everything that lives must inevitably die. It's like the universe is trying to return us to the nothing we came from. Maybe the Big Five were its best attempts to finish us off. But somehow, life always managed to survive just enough. Enough to thumb its nose at the will of the cosmos. You know, I'm starting to think that extinction might be the key to overcoming total annihilation. It forces life to fight to survive, to endure, to exist. That's why the Big Five ultimately rekindled life instead of extinguishing it. From the ashes of the dead rise the living. Stronger and wiser. Inheritors of the legacy of existence itself. They defy the universe and refuse to surrender. They say, we're just getting started. Extinction is an opportunity.
I thought it was interesting that she said there was like this little speck of matter that survived, and that whole cutscene that in the previous thing that we were at, when they were talking, there was like this little piece of dust going on top of their faces, and I was like, is there meaning to this? I don't know, but it was just like this one little tiny white piece of dust that kept like going across them, and I thought it was distracting, but maybe I feel like now it's intentional, because I was like, why is that have meaning? Does this have some sort of deep Kojima meaning?
Was it like the bright, like, chiral crystal stuff?
No, it was just like one little white piece of dust just going across their faces and stuff. And it was just only ever one at a time. And then everything else was
Here, let's
black.
stand up because we're going to have to run around for a little bit.
But I thought that was cool. Do you have any feelings or thoughts, or are you just absorbing?
What I was saying before was that I think one of the main points in all of this is, like, if you know where everything is going, but you choose to fight anyway, that's like the important part. It's not a matter of how long it takes, it's that you tried.
Yeah.
And which is, I think, what the main point of making the game play so challenging and the world so hostile in the beginning, because the point is that you're persevering anyway.
You're trying anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because one of the main themes of this game is
pulled
perseverance.
the trigger twice that day. I knew at once I'd made a mistake. I found your beach and looked everywhere for you. Sam. There you are.
That's the scene we kept having dreams about. But we were Amelie, or Dead Mom, or something. That's like the exact way he would pick up the baby in his dreams. And he was saying that his dreams were her nightmares or something. Or his nightmares were her dreams.
You want to go home? Let's go home. I wanted to set you free from death once and for all. It's okay. I know the way. But in doing so, I upset the fundamental balance between life and death. I just wanted to save you. I am an extinction entity. It's my fate to lead our species to extinction. But that moment, you became part of that fate. You became a repatriate, and dooms started spreading my nightmares to others throughout the world. It was me that got you and everyone with dooms into this. Not long after, the Death Stranding occurred. The dead clung to our world, and BTs used my beach to cross over and devour them, triggering more void-outs. A catalyst that would set the world on a path to extinction. It was my duty to serve as a sacrifice, to wait and watch it unfold from this beach. That, or hasten the last stranding and end this slow death. Given these, my only options, I chose to end it quickly. But to trigger the last stranding, I needed you, a part of me. Here too. I would be able to witness extinction consummated with you by my side. But now that you're here, there's another choice. You can cut me off. An EE doesn't have that option for itself. But in my nightmares, I saw another future. One that you chose. One where extinction is hope against total annihilation.
I like that she circles around us, and slowly over this whole thing she just spirals closer and closer to him. Thought that was interesting.
She strikes me as somebody who's been very lonely. And who's had a lot of time to think about all of this, but nobody to talk to about it.
So I noticed that the clouds started moving really fast, and in Japanese cinema, usually when they show clouds moving, that symbolizes change, which is interesting for a place that's never supposed to change because it's Purgatory.
I think it's interesting how one of the things that like people complain about with this game is that it feels like really pointless, like you're just delivering a bunch of packages, but like you get to the end and it's like, aha, like the point of life is to just keep fucking trying, even though it feels pointless.
This is why I think people played the first 10 hours and just gave up, honestly.
I just find it very hard to believe that somebody who reviews games could play through this whole thing and not like pick up on some of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with
I mean,
them.
like, even if you don't like it, to at least to not understand like what it's trying to say feels. I can understand why, like, just a person playing this at the beginning would be like, no, like, the gameplay is not for me, I'm not having fun.
Yeah, that's allowed.
That's allowed. Not everybody has to, like, finish a game to be able to, like, have commentary on it or thoughts on it. But if your job is to review the game, unless it's, like, horribly broken.
Wait, I had fun playing this game.
What?
I respect that he decided to make a game that is not fun. I had a lot of fun playing. The gameplay is actually delivering stuff. It was fun. I liked it. I think the gameplay is challenging the first 10 hours, and then after that they implement all these different things to make that challenge a little easier, and then they implement new hard things. And even if it was like a walking simulator, the delivering itself was a challenge because you had to survive delivering. They made it seem like you just walk from one place to the other. It's like, no, you have to like survive all these enemies and carry this stuff, and actually it was pretty fun. Alright, so what do I do with the gun? They said the gun still has a role to play. Oh, here we go. Alright, that'll... But I used all the bullets. A lot of bullets. Unless we can, like, believe in bullets.
Won't help you here. But it still has a role to play.
Oh, they gave us hope. I guess. Maybe? I don't know.
Eat standing.
Oh, we're out of bullets? I wonder what happened if I didn't use all my bullets.
Listen, Sam. I was the one that brought you and Cliff together again. There was something I wanted you to know. You were never abandoned. And you're not alone. Don't you see, Sam? You have to live.
Okay. Oh my god. It's the thingies.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I like how they're like, a bunch of playtesters got lost and they're like, what? And they're like, no, listen to the song and then follow baby handprints.
Yeah.
Oh, the 5 extinction events.
So those would be the 5 extinction. Well,
They're probably extinction entities, the 5 of them.
Yeah. Although, it wouldn't make sense for them to all be people. If those are people.
I mean, it might just be our way of understanding it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was like a dinosaur in the sky, you'd be
Yeah.
like, okay,
yeah,
what?
Like they're representations, not literal. Yeah.
Because one of them was like a dinosaur, and like another one was like a bacteria.
Yeah.
So.
I see him. This way.
Our friends are looking for us.
Over here, Sam. Dead man. We're coming, Sam. You ready, Fragile? Ready.
Whoa.
Okay. Lou, take me to Sam.
Wait, we had 5 friends, remember?
Oh, yeah.
5 extinction events, but also 5 friends. So, 5 friends, but also 5 extinction events.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Don't give up. You're still connected.
Oh my god. The power of friendship.
Yes!
Ugh!
It's Kingdom Hearts!
I'm telling you, it's Kingdom Hearts. Kyrie's gonna show up with her 3 duplicates.
Kyrie will not do anything yet again.
Nominee is gonna be here.
Gotcha.
Yay! Friendship! And he's reborn like Jesus. I'm sorry if that annoys some people, but I feel like that's pretty apparent with all the crosses everywhere, and then he dies for our sins and then gets reborn or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And also he's the son of God.
Mm-hmm.
He's the son of God Death, Death God. Oh my god, is it gonna do that chain thing where everyone's holding onto each other's legs and they have to like pull them back through the power of a friendship chain?
The power of friendship.
Look, Dead Man has a soul probably, maybe. Or maybe that's why he could do it? I don't know.
Well, he had loot. I think. Oh, that's what they were saying.
Our BB's gray. Maybe the BB was our Ka, or whatever. Soul. I don't want to get the Ka and the Ha mixed up.
I think Ka is soul, right?
Right now I'm just going to say soul. I don't want to mess it up. Inside us all is a happy little baby who is our soul.